Let's talk about conversion to Judaism. That's a very rare process in Jewish life because, generally speaking, Judaism is not a proselytizing religion. We don't go out there seeking to get other people to convert, mostly because Judaism believes that any righteous person among the nations will have a place in the world to come. But we certainly historically have welcomed converts, proselytes. Historically, Judaism has stopped accepting converts or made it very, very hard around the 4th century as a result of Roman persecution, in which point there was a death penalty both for people who converted as well for those who did the conversion. And so rabbis have developed methodology to try to discourage converts. Also, one of the reasons why we discourage converts is because it's not easy to be a Jew, but at the same time, we certainly welcome those who are sincere and wish to accept the faith of Israel and to have a relationship with the people of Israel and the God of Israel. In North America, in most communities, there are classes. People are expected to learn, to take courses, and the course may last anywhere from a couple of months to several years, depending on the candidate, depending on the rabbi who's leading that person. And there are many elements that come to play a role in a conversion. The first one will be an interview in which the rabbi tries to ascertain who the person is, why they are doing this, what's their motivation. There could be many possible motivations. People choose to convert to Judaism because of a mate. People choose to convert to Judaism because they feel they have historical connections to Judaism. Some people just feel attracted to the values, to their perception. My personal practice has been to keep people around, inviting them to our synagogue, allowing them to really understand who we are rather than what their fantasies about us are. And once we feel that people are really ready, we can move forward. And moving forward means to taking, here in Kansas City, taking classes. And the classes are offered we're very fortunate, they're offered by the Jewish community. All the rabbis teach. In some cases, people may live in places where there's just one synagogue, or the rabbi teaches all the classes himself, unlike in a town where the classes are offered and all the rabbis teach, giving people a great perspective on not only on Judaism, but on different rabbis and different denominations in Judaism and different rabbi styles. After learning, and in my case, I make people study even further, I make them do personal readings based on their interests, on what they care about. And when I feel they are ready and they feel they are ready, we can proceed to schedule what's called a bet din, a rabbinical jury, in which 3 rabbis get together and ask the convert some questions. I forgot to say that having finished the official learning, people are given a take-home test, which they have to approve, and only then they are given the opportunity to stand before a bet din. The bet din will ask questions. If the bet din is satisfied, the person is given the opportunity to go to the mikveh, which is a ritual bath, to do an immersion. For a man, we encourage males to be circumcised. If they are already circumcised, they have the option, as far as I'm concerned, of doing something called atafat dam brit, which is to remove a drop of blood of their penis to signify a symbolic circumcision, although I personally see that as optional in light of my vision of liberal Judaism. And then after that, the person has the option of going to a mikveh, an immersion, when the person immerses 3 times and recites blessings where appropriate for the occasion. Afterwards, they are given, we have a ceremony for a conversion in which a Torah scroll, there's a whole ceremony, they receive a Hebrew name, a Torah scroll is taken from the ark and placed in their arms, and by accepting the Torah scroll, they accept formally Judaism in their lives. And finally, they are given a certificate like this one, which I will read now. It's Hebrew and same thing in English, that says on the whatever day of the month corresponding to Hebrew date, according to traditional Hebrew calendar, at congregation, New Reform Temple in Kansas City, Missouri, the person's name entered the historical covenant between God and the people of Israel, and on his or her own free will, he or she has made the following declaration. I make this affirmation as I enter the eternal covenant between God and the Jewish people, the children of Israel. I choose to become a Jew of my own free will. I accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religions, faith, and practices, and now pledge my loyalty to Judaism and the Jewish people under all circumstances. I promise to establish a Jewish home and participate actively in the life of the synagogue and the Jewish community. I commit myself to the pursuit of Torah and Jewish knowledge. If I am blessed with children, I will rear them as Jews. And the person signs, and therefore, with the sanction of those names are signed below, which are myself as the rabbi and two other witnesses, that person was received in the Jewish community, of the community of the Jewish people, and faith, and was given the Hebrew name. Your Hebrew name goes here. And this certificate then, which is an official certificate of the Reform movement, the person is given the original, but we make photocopies, and that's the bureaucratic part, and the copies of this document stay, copy with me, a copy with my congregation, and a copy of it's stored in the American Jewish Archives, which are the archives of the Reform movement in Cincinnati, Ohio. A convert, in Judaism there are no converts. They're either Jews or non-Jews. When somebody converts, they are full Jews for all intents and purposes. I had classmates in rabbinical school who were not born Jewish. I have known synagogues that have presidents who are not born Jewish. But once you're a Jew for good and bad.